Big Bertha guy. Peep. What is good, my sons? I hope you guys are all doing wonderful. Hope you guys are staying healthy. We got an exciting one today. I am at a local pond that I've been checking religiously for bass on beds. And guess what? They are on beds, and we're gonna be ripping some lips, catching some toads, hopefully. And I'm gonna be showing you guys how to go for bass on beds, what you should do, little tips and tricks. You guys may already know them, but if you don't, I hope you guys can go to your local pond and put them to use. If you guys are new to the channel, I'm Boston Fishaholic. I do a whole lot of fishing, various species, 365 days a year. I slay. Yeah, something about bass fishing though just brings out it uppens the ego a little bit. My ego's already up here, but it skyrockets, and it's probably in the clouds somewhere up there. So if you like that energy, if you want consistent content, hit that subscribe button below, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, so I'm gonna go over some things that I like to do when I'm bed fishing. And the first thing that I like to do is use a bright bait, whether that be a white, a bright orange, or chartreuse. Anything bright is key because the bass don't have a preference on what they want to eat. They're just protecting their eggs. So anything bright that you can see the bass eat is very, very key, because the second he puts that in his mouth, he's gonna swim it off his bed and he's gonna spit it back out, because when they're on beds, they don't eat for the weeks that they're on there. That's why the pre-spawn is so key, because they're just eating before they go on the beds and spawn. So a bright bait is key so you can see. Another cool thing to have while you're bed fishing is a pair of polarized glasses. Polarized glasses are super key because you can see everything in the water from literally the lateral line on that fish. So polarized glasses are also key. And my biggest tip that I have for everybody is you need to stay persistent. Sometimes you see a fish on a bed and it'll spook off. Don't even waste your time. When you walk up on a bed and they're locked, throw at that fish until you entice him to pick up that bait, because eventually he will. I've worked fish on beds for an hour and a half before I finally get them to bite. But their little fins on the bottom, you can see they start going and they start getting real mad, and eventually they'll attack it to protect their eggs. So my third tip to you guys is stay persistent and don't give up on a bed when a fish is locked on it. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, any presentation really works. I like to throw things with a weight on it, like a shaky head, a jig, a Ned rig, anything that's gonna get down there real quick. Yeah, those are pretty much my tips. I hope you guys can go out and enjoy them, but I'm gonna continue on with this video and go find a couple more on beds, and let's pick a few more off. All right, I don't know if you guys can see it, but we got a bass right there on a bed. I'm gonna try and pick it off. I'm gonna be throwing a jig that I made myself. Call it the Joe Exotic because of that orange. It's got like a tiger pattern to it. And then I got an X-Zone little beaver style bait as my trailer. I'm gonna try and put this jig right in front of its face. So basically what you wanna do when you're bed fishing is, if a bass is locked on a bed, then that means he's not really going anywhere. So that means that you can flip at him and you want to basically piss him off so you can entice that bite, because he's going to be defending his or her eggs. What you want to do is you just want to take your bait and you just want to put it right on that bed. You're going to wiggle it. It may take 30 minutes, it may take an hour, it may take even 2 hours, but eventually you will catch that fish if they're locked. Now, if you walk up on a bed and that fish instantly spooks off and goes way off into the middle of the pond, don't even waste your time. That fish will probably never bite, because obviously they care less about their eggs. So when you walk up to a bass and they don't spook, you want to cast on that fish. So this bass right here on this bed hasn't spooked, and there's a bunch of bluegills already pissing him off trying to eat his eggs. So I'm going to stick this jig right here that I call the Joe Exotic. You heard me, and we're going to hopefully rip his lip. Got him, boys. Got him. Oh, look at that. There we go. Ate that pole swimmer on that shaky head. Right there. He was chasing a bunch of bluegills off his bed, so I literally dropped this right in front of his face and he absolutely crushed it. There we go. First fish off the bed at a tiny little puddle pond. Beautiful fish, huh? Not a bad one, probably about a 2-pounder. Check out his lips too. You can see that they're all red. It's because he was eaten before. Not a bad fish at all though. All right, release, release, release. There she goes. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that's the bed right there. You guys see that bass right there? Look at him, he's chasing bluegills. Wow, what a cool shot. I already caught that bass, but isn't that so cool? And pretty soon you'll see him come right back. Oh, you see him? He's back. Oh my God, look how cool that is. About time. I've been working this fish for about an hour. Oh, it feels so good. It's not even that big. It has just been toying with me. It has literally been eating the tail, swimming it off, and I didn't want to spook it or anything, but as you can see, he absolutely demolished that yum pull swimmer on the shaky head. Oh, finally it feels so good to catch that fish. It's not even big. It's literally about a pound. Oh man, look at, he's all beat up right here. Oh, boy, does it feel good to catch this fish. All right, last look at her. Come on. There he goes. There he goes. Right back on the bed. Whew, feels good. That's why I told you guys, stay persistent. So like I said, I worked that fish for about an hour. Finally got him. It was getting frustrating, but that's what I told you guys. You guys gotta stay persistent. Like I said, it could literally take up to an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. But if you want that fish bad enough, you just gotta keep staying at it. I was actually starting to piss him off by throwing the bait, and I was actually starting to hit him with it, like tap him with it. He was so locked on there that it wasn't even spooking him. So I was literally dropping the bait right on his head, and the second that it would hit his head, he'd open his mouth, but he wouldn't put the whole bait in his mouth. He'd only put the tail in, so I would never set the hook. And then finally, I got that good drop. Head hit his nose first. He ate the head. It was enough to set the hook on him, and I got him. Oh, bed fishing, man. There's nothing like it. Wow, today was a grind. I am wrapping it up. I caught 3 fish off the beds. One of them I wasn't filming. I thought I was, and I guess I never hit the record button, so my apologies on that. Caught 2 fish on camera. All of them were caught on that Yum Baits pulse swimmer on a shaky head. It's a grind, man. It's a grind. It's really hard to pull those fish off of beds. You got to stay persistent. Sometimes they hit it the first whack. Sometimes you got to work them for an hour. And every fish that I caught today, I worked for an hour. I showed up here at about 8:45, and I'm just leaving now, and it's 1 o'clock. So literally, I've been here for so long just at those 3 fish. I want to also give a quick shout out to Timmy Lee Fishing. Go follow him on Instagram. He's a huge supporter of me. He always hits me up in my DM. We talk fishing, we talk catches, we talk baits. Go shoot him a follow. He's on some fish right now, so shout out to you. He's following all the way from New York. I hope you're staying safe out there, man. And if you're new to this channel and you want to see more bass fishing videos, trust me, they're coming. So hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment, hit me up on Instagram with any questions that you guys have, and I will catch you on the next adventure. Stay safe, everybody, and I hope you guys tune in to the next one. Peace.